Alexia and Beta look at Rose's situation. The Oriana Kingdom wants to handle it themselves and ask Migger Kingdom to not get involved. Since Perv Ashat is a son of one of the Oriana Kingdom's dukes, if they arrest Oriana, she will be in serious trouble, but won't be given death penalty due to her royal status. Alexia wants to find Rose before Oriana Kingdom in order to hear her side of the story. However, Beta guesses that Rose may not have told them anything to avoid the possibility of trouble between the kingdom. Alexia understands that, which is why she is pissed as they are sworn allies. Beta will try gathering some more information while Alexia decides to ask her sister for advice. After Alexia leaves, Beta guesses she may give her more info on Perv Ashat, which will keep her occupied and not do something to get in trouble. Beta is informed that Rose made it through the sewers and is into the underground ruins right now. Sid wonders on what to do, but decides to continue his role as Eminence in Shadow. Between the tournament fights, he encounters Beatrix, who smells the scent of Elf on Sid and wonders if he knows Elf. Sid confirms and Beatrix explains she is looking for the daughter of her sister and wonders if Sid had seen someone that looks like her. Sid is immediately reminded of Alpha but denies it. Beatrix then draws her sword to cut Sid's head. Sid realizes that she intends to stop before doing it and acts as a background character, shocked of what just happened. Beatrix then apologizes, stating thought he was stronger, but it seems she is mistaken. Quentin sees Anaros and guesses she is here to observe Mundane Man, just like yesterday. He asks her what she thinks of his fight and Anaros states his opponent supposedly tripped and lost. Quentin agrees, but is sure that Mundane did something. He couldn't see it, but know that Anaros can explain it. Anaros explains she couldn't see it all, and didn't expect to see someone faster than her eyes can follow, but she did see his right hand moving. However, what followed was too fast for her to follow. Quentin then guesses he is wrong that he used some artifact and Mundane didn't break the rules. Anaros can't disprove that, but the two are sure that his fight with Goldo Kameki should reveal it. Anaros states that Goldo had never lost. She had to fight him 3 times, but Goldo simply don't fight anyone who could possibly beat him and just forfeits. He got his nickname the Unbeaten, but he hates it and uses the Ever Victorious. As the match between Goldo and Mundane is about to begin, Quentin realizes that Anaros means that either Goldo couldn't see Mundane's true strength or Mundane is cheating. The match starts and Goldo rushes at Mundane. He swings his sword, but Mundane cracks his neck and dodges it. Goldo then feels how Mundane draws his sword and cuts him, but Mundane slowly draws it and waits. Quentin is surprised he managed to dodge it, but he couldn't see what happened. Anaros explains that Mundane cracked his neck and avoided the attack. Quentin can't believe such a coincidence can happen, but Anaros wonders if it's not coincidence. She barely could even see it, which isn't something a normal human should be able to do. Goldo tells Mundane that he doesn't like him. He had 1 in a million chance to beat him, but he didn't use it. Angry for humiliating him, Goldo decides to get serious and creates a golden dragon from his magical power. He rushes at Mundane, but Mundane sneezes and blows away the dragon and Goldo, which ends up defeating him. Anaros notes that Goldo is stronger than she expected, and if he fought more often with stronger knights, he would have become quite a good one. Quentin wonders what did Mundane do, and Anaros explains that if she saw right, he sneezed. The moment he did it, his sword also swung down and Goldo crashed into it. Quentin finds that unrealistic and leaves, stating that if Mundane keeps winning, he will eventually face him and show him what he is made of. Anaros wonders if she can move like Mundane and starts cracking her neck and sneezing. Iris gives Perv Ashat the security plan for the Bushin Festival, but he doesn't feel it needs more security. Iris states he looks good and Perv agrees, saying that the news story exaggerated and guesses that Migger worries that easily because of Alexia's kidnapping. He heard that Iris personally went looking for her and he intends to follow the same and to have Oriana solve their family problems themselves. Mundane easily defeats Quentin. People are surprised on what is going on and can't figure out how Mundane keeps winning and if it's safe to bet for him or not. Mundane proceeds into the main tournament, where he will be facing Anaros. Back in the tunnel, Anaros faces Mundane and tells him she misjudged his strength, but she had seen all of his moves and he must not assume he can win the same ways against her. Mundane smiles and removes one of his armor plates, which makes a hole in the ground as it falls due to its weight. Mundane explains that the weights are holding him back, but now playtime is over. Anaros tells him to not assume he won already and shows him that not only he can crack his neck. Mundane moves past her, wondering what she was trying to do. Sid imagines on what he will do in the arena and how to reveal he is much more powerful. Skell comes knocking on his door, stating he has a plan on how to get rich fast. He shows that Rose has a reward for turning her in or giving information about her location, and tries to convince Sid to work with him and find her so that he can get rich. Sid sees that his sister is visiting and decides to avoid her. He accepts Skell's proposal and uses the window to leave. While walking around town, Sid hears someone playing a piano and notes it's someone good. He recalls how in his previous life he was forced to learn to play piano. He would have rather trained for his plan to become Eminence in Shadow, but in time he found out that piano is quite cool. However, as he recognizes the music, he wonders if it should exist exist in this world and decides to see who it was playing the piano, since it may be another reincarnated person. Sid is surprised to see it's Epsilon who, like Gamma, is using what he told her to become famous. After her performance, Sid asks if that was the Moonlight Sonata, and Epsilon confirms, saying from all the pieces he taught her, this one is her favorite. Epsilon reveals that received rewards for her music composition and had gained connection with influential people. Sid realizes that she plagiarized all the music he showed her. He asks her if she knows where is Rose hiding. Epsilon states that Beta is working on that case, but she heard she is hiding in the tunnels under the royal capital. Sid thanks her and leaves, but on his way, he notices the piano and smiles. Beta shares some information with Alexia on the suspicion that Perv Ashat is working with a cult. They head down the tunnels under the royal capital. Beta notes it will be hard to provide evidence for Perv involvement with the cult. Iris had told Alexia that the king of Oriana didn't seem affected by Rose's actions. Alexia is also sure that if they continue to do nothing like her father suggests, the cult will eventually cause lots of problems for the kingdom. Alexia explains that they are heading to the underground passages as there is a chance that Rose had used them to escape. Beta notes that it's a maze down there and wonders how they can leave, but Alexia states they will just return the way they came. Rose recalls how she met her father and Perv the other day. When she saw her father, the king, she knew something was wrong with him and then saw Perv and the guards' cunning smiles. She drew her sword and attacked Perv, but the guards then yelled that she went mad and called for some guards. Rose believes she made a rational decision, but later realizes it wasn't. Even if she managed to kill Perv, he is just one of the cult, whose roots have already too deep within the Oriana kingdom. Perv told her to turn herself in before the Bushin festival, or he will have her father kill one of his guests. Rose now wonders if it's best to turn herself in, as that way it may avoid a war. She recalls her time with Sid, but as her possession gets worse, she feels that marrying Sid and living with him would have been a dream anyway. Rose hears the Moonlight Sonata and starts following the music. Eventually, she finds Shadow, who is playing on the piano. As he finishes, Rose explains she had heard the Moonlight Sonata many times, but without a doubt, this was the best performance she heard. Shadow asks her what she hoped to accomplish, and Rose states she wanted to protect them, but couldn't do anything. Shadow wonders if this is her end and if she intends to put the sword down. He notes that if she has desire, he will give her power. Rose accepts, as there are things she wants to do and protect. Shadow gives her power and heals her possession. He tells her that true strength lies not in one's power, but in one's way of being. After Shadow leaves, some members of the cult show up and Rose defeats them easily. Feeling the burst of magic, Alexia and Beta run towards it and find Rose. Rose states she obtained power and will follow the path she believes in. Alexia has questions, but Rose refuses to say anything, not wanting to drag Alexia into this. As Rose keeps refusing to say anything, Alexia draws her sword, stating she will make her talk this way. The two start fighting, but Rose defeats Alexia. Rose leaves Alexia to Beta, who states that she won't stop Rose. She notes that they are all different, but may have same ideals, and their alliance may not have been such a bad idea. In the evening, Sid returns home. However, he is surprised to see his sister still waiting for him. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell so as not to miss new videos. Bye everyone.